Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a whirlwind tour of the water-soluble B group vitamins. The B group vitamins are essential for metabolism. The B group vitamins typically act as coenzymes. Coenzymes assist metabolic enzymes to release energy, typically from carbohydrates and fats. This is the action of a coenzyme. You take an enzyme, it binds to a chemical compound, but a reaction can only take place if a coenzyme is binding at the same time as the chemical compound. So the coenzyme binds, the chemical compound binds, both bind together, chemical reaction can take place, and metabolism will occur normally. This is the function of most B group vitamins. They assist metabolism. First of all, let's start with vitamin B1 or thiamine. It's water soluble. It's required in the amounts of 1.1 to 1.2 milligrams per day. In children, severely malnourished children will suffer from vitamin B1 deficiency. It's called beriberi. There's dry beriberi, which affects the nervous system, and wet beriberi that affects the cardiovascular system. Vitamin B1 deficiency is also seen in alcoholics. There's no toxicity, no known adverse effects of ingesting high levels of vitamin B1, so there's no upper limit UL. Vitamin B1 deficiency in alcoholics is also called Wernicke-korsakoff syndrome. Main cause is alcoholism. There are other causes, severe malnutrition due to dietary restriction, surgeries related to obesity, such as bariatric surgery, can cause vitamin B1 deficiency in this Wernicke-korsakoff syndrome. Vitamin B1 can be found in these foods: asparagus, acorn squash, beans, pork chops, mussels, salmon, brown rice, soy products, peas, and flax seeds. Vitamin B2 or riboflavin is also a coenzyme that is required for energy metabolism. It's required in the amounts of 1.1 to 1.3 milligrams per day for adults. Deficiency can result in riboflavinosis, which results in this painful red tongue, this sore throat, chapped lips, fissured lips, and inflammation around the mouth. It's very unusual in the United States. Vitamin B2 toxicity is virtually unknown. There's no upper limit described for vitamin B2. Vitamin B2 in foods can be found in avocados, beef, almonds, pork chops, mushrooms, salmon, spinach, soy products, eggs, and low-fat milk or yogurt products. Next, vitamin B3, also called niacin, is a required enzyme, coenzyme for metabolism. It's required in the amounts of 14 to 16 milligrams per day. And deficiency can result in a disease called pellagra, which is characterized by diarrhea, dermatitis, dementia, and death. It's seen in chronic alcoholics. Now, it's important to note that niacin has an upper limit of 35 milligrams per day. In high doses, it can be toxic, and in fact, niacin at high doses may worsen diabetes. So people who are pre-diabetic should be very careful with niacin supplementation. Niacin in foods can be found in peanuts, beef, liver, mushrooms, peas, sunflower seeds, turkey, avocado, chicken, and tuna. Next, pantothenic acid or vitamin B5. Again, it's a coenzyme essential for energy metabolism. It's required in the amounts of 5 milligrams per day, widespread in foods, and deficiencies are exceptionally rare. It's also not toxic. Vitamin B6 has three forms: pyridoxal, pyridoxine, and pyridoxamine. It's involved in metabolism. It's also involved in neurotransmitter histamine and heme synthesis. It's required in the amounts of 1.3 to 1.7 milligrams per day, and mild deficiency can result in metabolic disease symptoms. Toxicity is only seen with supplementation. but high levels of vitamin B6 in the amounts of 200 milligrams per day or greater can cause irreversible neurological damage. So one should be careful when ingesting large amounts of vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 can be found in the foods walnuts, lean meats, salmon, beans, almonds, poultry, and eggs. Next, biotin, or vitamin B7. It's a coenzyme required for metabolism. It's essential for the tricarboxylic acid cycle for energy metabolism. Deficiency results in brittle nails, hair loss, flaky, dry skin, rashes around the eyes, nose, and mouth, and some neurological symptoms, sometimes depression, lethargy, hallucination, numbness, and tingling of the extremities. No upper limit or toxicity has been described for vitamin B7. Vitamin B7 can be found in foods such as walnuts, cauliflower, almonds, carrots, onions, tomatoes, and sweet potatoes. Next, vitamin B9, folate, also known as folic acid. This is the coenzyme required for DNA synthesis, so it's extremely important during pregnancy. Folate deficiency can lead to swollen tongue, diarrhea, depression, confusion, anemia, but it's really essential to have sufficient folate during pregnancy to prevent fetal neural tube defects. And it's recommended that women who are pregnant or anticipate becoming pregnant supplement with 1,000 microgram per day of folic acid to prevent neural tube defects. Here's a graph showing fortification of the food supply with folate, and you can see that since fortification there has been a decrease in the number of neural tube defects, babies born with neural tube defects. Folate can be found in the following foods: asparagus, beans, beets, papaya and oranges, avocados, okra, leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, and bell peppers. Next, vitamin B12. It works with folate. They depend on one another, and vitamin B12 is required for DNA and RNA synthesis. It's recommended in the amounts of 2.4 micrograms per day, and vitamin B12 has no upper limit or no adverse effects. It's important to know that vitamin B12 deficiency can cause severe and irreversible damage to the brain and nervous system, and in slightly low levels can cause symptoms including fatigue, lethargy, depression, poor memory, breathlessness, headaches, and some paling of the skin. It's most commonly observed in the elderly due to inadequate absorption, and vegetarians or those on vegetarian diets are at risk of becoming vitamin B12 deficient because the main sources of vitamin B12 are meats and meat products such as lean meats, dairy products, salmon, shellfish, poultry, and eggs. A vegetarian source of vitamin B12 is this nutritional yeast. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this whirlwind tour of the B group vitamins. Look forward to talking to you again soon. This is the references and disclaimer page. The reference textbook that most of these videos follow is Understanding Nutrition by the authors Rolfs and Whitney. I use the 15th edition by Cengage Publishing. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Nutrition, Fast and Fun. There's lots of great videos that you'll find there. And finally, there's a medical disclaimer. You should read the medical disclaimer to make sure you fully understand your rights and responsibilities. Thank you and have a great day.